So I was aiming at 3.5 grams. We're close enough. And this is fresh mint from my garden. Okay, we need 35 grams of agave. And this is a substitute for corn syrup. So let's put that in there. Not trying not to overshoot. Good. 34.9 is good. Okay, so that's done. I'm adding 1 tablespoon of water, and we're mixing it all. Getting a nice blend there. So now we'll let it harden. We'll let the gelatin blossom, and we're going to let this sit for 10 minutes. See you then. Now this is not behaving right. It should be bouncy, not liquidy. So let's see what I can do about that. My guess is the pectin is affected by acidity, maybe from the agave. So I'm going to add just a pinch of sodium bicarbonate. So this is 0.5 grams of sodium bicarbonate. Let's add that. And compensate for acidity. Now I don't have enough time to play with that more, so I'm going to stick it in the microwave for 20 seconds. Let's see how it does. Okay, we're a bit foamy today. It doesn't usually happen. But now it feels very, very liquid. Okay. So this is something I've never tried. I've tried many, many jams. And I have tried corn syrup as a replacement for a jam. But I wanted to try something a bit more natural. And agave is, well, it's first for me. So, tell you what. Let's cast some of these. Now this is fairly hot now. I can feel it. Around 50 degrees Celsius. You can check that quite easily. Yep, 58 degrees Celsius. Okay. So that's decent. We usually get the 70s, but it's foaming up. And I don't like that. So I'm going to cast it as is. I don't think we can get the bubbles off. You can see we've got plenty of these. Let's give it a shot. I think I need a bigger mold than this one. Okay. Take these. These are half domes, as you can see. I'll give it a shot. I'm gonna pop that in the fridge and I'll get back to you. These have been in the fridge all day. I had to rush to work. And oh, actually not that bad. Foamy. Very minty. Actually good. I like it. Now this is really interesting. A very interesting texture. Not bad at all. But this is not what we're aiming at. So I'm going to give it a shot again. Not today, but you'll see it in a few seconds. About 7 grams of mint leaves. We've got 35 mils of water. We'll just stir in that. And I'm adding 11 grams of sugar, roughly 30%, a bit less, which is the sugar content that is usually common in jams. I'm just gonna mix that in from time to time, let it dissolve. And in the meantime, I'm going to handle the mint. So you don't want any stalks there, as I said before. So let's speed up. For me, it's going to be real time. For you, it's going to be super fast. Right, so 10 minutes have passed. I'll put it in the microwave for 30 to 40 seconds. And let's see how it does. In the meantime, I've made a second batch, and this is erythritol. So we'll get back to that once we're done with this one, and we'll see how it does. Right now it's setting, and it's getting rubbery, which is really, really good. You need to see the spoon bounce off. Okay, let's put it aside. And let's get our sugar-based mix from the microwave. Right, this is very hot. Been there for 30 seconds. It's already pretty hot. I'm guessing 67 degrees. So we're in the range. So I'm going to allow it. Make sure all the pectin has dissolved. I'm going to allow it to cool off for a second, and then we're going to try to pour. Now with leaves, I'm thinking we'll skip the small gummy bear and we'll jump off to this mold, because they're going to look awkward. And the next step, we're going to make clear gummy bears, hopefully, and see how it goes. Right, so we have some bubbles, which is not ideal. They're not too bad though. I'll let those rise off and pop, hopefully. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, not really. Not really getting there. They're not popping off because of the leaves, maybe because of, I don't know. So let's try this as is. These are going to be, again, slightly foamy, but interesting candies nonetheless. I'm noticing that pectin is not fully dissolved here. As you can see, we have granules of pectin here. We should have used it without the pectin. With jams, it usually dissolves nicely in and gives it some springiness. Oh. Put that aside. Got some spare material, and I don't want to fill the rest of it because we're going to use it for the erythritol one. So let's just take a spoon here and try and fill some gummy bears and see how they do. It's actually not that bad. There we go. One tip, if you're making gelatin gummy bears, wash the dishes instantly. So while these are cooling off, let's get on with the erythritol ones. These are really interesting. I'm going to put these in the microwave again for 30 seconds and let's see how they do. Okay, the erythritol ones are less foamy. Very interesting. The pectin is not dissolving as well also in this environment, though I did get most of it to dissolve. Let's get pouring. I think they're ready, so we'll start with the sugar ones. A bit more foamy. Very soft. I expected them to be a bit firmer. Or maybe I should have oiled the mold a bit. But I usually do that with jam, and the jam gives it more texture. So I didn't know what to expect. They're also not very sweet. Like almost not sweet at all. But they're very cute and fairly clear on the bottom. Let's try the gummy bears. No reason to expect anything else. So I would use something like 15 grams. These are cute. Let's see on a clear background. Alright, so very softish. Let's switch to the erythritol side. They're clearer, definitely clearer. Easy to pull. They're both very minty, but they're both too soft to my liking. They need to be firmer. That's not gummy bear, that's softish bear. And yet again, they pour quite well. So I consider this a failure. Although a very edible failure. It's a nice failure. No complaints on my part. Let's try this one again. But I do consider these two a failure. They're not firm enough. They're not strong enough texturally. They are nice and minty, but they're not sweet enough. And you do have to get sweet enough to get the kids to like it. So if you do intend of trying these, do 3 things differently. 15 grams of sugar in 35 milliliters of water. I'd do something like 12 to 15 grams of gelatin. Avoid the pectin. That's number 3. And give it a shot. But all in all, that's not good enough to be called a gummy bear or a gummy candy. So I'm going to wash up these molds and we're going to retry again, and I have better ideas. So we're gonna get eventually a nice, clear, fun, mint, natural mint gummy candy bear. Okay, so thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll be seeing you shortly, I hope.